Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport. Today we are going to go back almost a year and look at my WRC 2020 predictions. Now I didn't do this as a rundown of where certain drivers and cars would finish in the championship. Instead I just tried to predict 10 things that would happen during the 2020 World Rally Championship season and see if they would come to pass. What I didn't predict was a global pandemic that would radically shape the course of the season, with many events cancelled. There was actually only 7 rallies in this year's championship, so it may have thrown off what I thought. I obviously didn't take into consideration, but I think they sort of hold true anyway. So let's go back and take a look at my World Rally Championship 2020 predictions and see how well I did. So sit back, relax, and let's begin.
Welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport.
Well, things go wrong right from the start. So my first prediction was Sebastien Ogier winning the Monte Carlo Rally for an 8th year in a row. I thought this was a sure thing, almost as certain as Lewis Hamilton winning the Formula 1 World Championship. He didn't. Thierry Neuville won the Monte Carlo Rally in 2020, his first ever Monte Carlo Rally win. I thought this was a sign that the tides were changing and that my second prediction would come true. And my second prediction was Thierry Neuville to finally become the champion. After finishing second in the championship so many times, I really did think it was his turn. And given that he won the Monte Carlo Rally, which he'd never done before, and also the calendar being shorter, I thought he'd be a shoo-in. Unfortunately, it didn't work out like that. He made one too many mistakes, and he actually only finished 4th. So I was completely wrong. Neuville is better than this. I think he will be champion one day, probably in 2022 after Ogier retires. But the Belgian-born driver just needs to keep going. One day he'll crack it. My third prediction was that Calais Rovanperä would impress this year and finish 3rd in the championship and beat Sebastien Ogier. This might have been slightly optimistic, completely based on the fact that Ogier didn't win the championship in 2019 and that he was going to slump down the leaderboard. He didn't. He won the whole damn thing. But I got half of it right, because Rovanperä did impress. He was extremely consistent all year, finishing in the top 5 in every rally except one where he retired initially. Apart from that, he had a brilliant year, and I think he's one of the best young talents the WRC has seen probably since Sebastien Ogier. He only finished 7 points behind Thierry Neuville, so 5th place in the championship, almost finishing every round and finishing in the top half of the results at every round that he finished. It's a pretty damn impressive year. Number 4, Ford will struggle. This one was pretty obvious and they got it spot on. Their drivers, Esa-Pekka Lappi and Teemu Suunanen, finished 6th and 7th in the championship. They only had one podium all year, and Ford were 100 points plus behind Toyota and Hyundai. Gus Greensmith looked completely out of his depth at times. It was probably better than expected, to be honest. I expected very little from Teemu Suunanen and maybe a little bit better from Esa-Pekka Lappi, but Ford were a long way behind their rivals. Number 5 was Takamoto Katsuta to get a podium at some point in 2020, and this one was really badly damaged by the pandemic because it meant the cancellation of the Japanese rally, where I thought Katsuta would do very well. As is, he scored points at the first 2 rallies in Monte Carlo and Sweden. He looks like a decent enough talent, but he did fail to finish the other 3 rallies he entered. He is definitely one for the future. I'm guessing once Toyota have space, they may give him a full-time drive, but I think he needs to impress next year. Number 6, Sebastien Loeb to score a win at some point this year. Probably another one that was hurt by the less rounds thing, but Sebastien Loeb did only enter 2 rallies. He did get a 3rd place, but no wins. Danny Sordo managed to win though, which is nice. But the 9-time champion Sebastien Loeb was always going to struggle to win a round when he was only going to enter 2. So This one was also wrong. Number 7 was for Hyundai to conquer all and win the Drivers' and Manufacturers' World Championship. This didn't happen. They won the Manufacturers for a second year in a row, but they failed to win the Drivers' title. I think I'm the jinx because I keep spouting that Neuville will win the championship and Hyundai are the most dominant force in motorsport, and they keep failing, or at least Neuville does. Maybe it's my fault. I will stop saying it from now on until it happens. Then I can say that I said it all along. Hyundai didn't conquer all though. They'll just have to settle for the manufacturer's title again, which is a pretty decent consolation prize to be honest. Number 8 was for Teemu Sunonen to finish behind at least one part-time runner. Now I got this wrong as well, but he only beat Danny Sordo by like 7 points. So it was pretty close. Danny Sordo only took part in 3 rounds. Teemu Sunonen competed the whole year. He did manage a 3rd place, but he did also only score a couple of 8th place finishes, a few midfield points, and a lot of non-finishes, so it wasn't a great year for him. I don't rate Teemu Sunonen very highly. He doesn't seem like a very quick driver, and he makes mistakes every now and again. I think Ford could do a lot better, and I think he was lucky to finish ahead of all the part-time runners, even by just a little bit, although Danny Sordo was boosted by his win at the Rally Sardinia. I didn't get this one right, so I can't take any credit for it, but I was damn close. Prediction number 9 was for Oliver Solberg, the son of former World Rally champion Petter Solberg, to take points for the first time in the World Rally Championship. And he did it! I got this one right. He scored a 9th place finish in Estonia before finishing 7th in Monza. So he actually got 2 points finishes, which was pretty damn good. I see him getting a full WRC drive at some point. God knows when. He looks like a quick little driver. So, well done, Oliver Solberg. Well done, me. Prediction number 10. A new manufacturer to be announced for 2021. This was a really stupid prediction. I don't know why I made it. With the new hybrid rules coming in 2022, it was always unlikely. And now thanks to the pandemic, it's probably unbelievable if someone did. And it looks like no one will. Petter Solberg has announced he will have a team running in 2022, and he is apparently working with a secret manufacturer. So that'll be interesting to see who it is. Chances are probably Volkswagen or Citroën. And he will probably sign his son Oliver Solberg as well, although he has himself said that is only if Oliver Solberg proves himself and he's going to be chosen on merit and not because of his familiar connections. But I was still well out. There was no announcement of an Audi WRC team. Nothing. And so we end the list, and looking at it, I got about 2 right, which is about on form for these prediction videos, to be honest. I haven't done well all year, but I will try again for 2021, and the season starts in about a month's time, so we haven't got long. It's come around pretty quickly, but the Monte Carlo Rally is due to start on the 24th of January, unless things happen. The Swedish Rally has already been cancelled. But hopefully we'll get a full WRC calendar next year. I'm looking forward to it. Subscribe to the channel to see my predictions video when it comes out in about a month's time. Leave a comment down below, share the video, like it, whatever you want. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your continued support, and most of all, have a good one.